Hey everyone, I'm finally back with a regular video. It's about fucking time. So today I'm going to be talking about D. Gray Man. This is going to be a first impressions video. If you've kept up with my Sustained Industry series, you know I bought this a few months ago. It's the complete first season of D. Gray Man. It's the first 26 episodes. I've only watched about like 8 or 9 episodes. I haven't gotten around to watching the whole first 26 episodes, but this is just the first impressions. If I had watched all of it, it would have been more like a review. Before I get to my actual first impressions of watching the show, I wanted to talk about my first impressions before I even watched, any episode of The Gray Man. Just impressions from the trailers or pictures. So about The Gray Man, first impressions. The main protagonist. Who is he? Alan Walker. What is he? Exorcist. What's he look like? Well, he has pale white hair and pale white skin and a red eye. Oh my god. Alan Walker is albino. Yeah, kind of. Actually, Alan Walker, he's kind of reminds me of a mix of a few other protagonists, like a little cliche, like the scar that he has on his eye. Harry Potter has a scar. Sasuke, he has a red eye, right? Or is that Kakashi? Kakashi's the one with the red eye, right? I haven't watched Naruto in a really long time. Also, his arm, it like transforms into like this weapon that can like destroy shit. I believe it's his left arm. Oh my god, the left arm of Alan Walker. If any of you want a YouTube name, there you go, it's all yours. So yeah, that kind of reminds me of Ed. So yeah, Alan Walker kind of reminds me like a mix of a few other protagonists, which I actually think is pretty cool. It might be a little cliche, but at the same time, it's pretty interesting. But when I first saw, the cover of The Gray Man and stuff, way before I even, considered watching it, I actually thought it was Devil May Cry, like the anime series for Devil May Cry, because, he has white hair like Dante. The Gray Man, Devil May Cry. I don't know, I just thought it was Devil May Cry. Then I found out, Devil May Cry has its own anime series, which I've never seen, but I hear it's not all that. But yeah, when I discovered that The Gray Man is a completely different its own series, I decided to check it out, see what it was all about. So basically, The Gray Man is about Alan Walker. He's the protagonist. He's an exorcist that hunt down Akuma. Akuma are these living weapons that take on the form of humans, and they evolve through consuming other human souls, killing other humans. They're made by the main antagonist, the Millennium Earl. He's the main bad guy. So the first episode is already packed with action. We see Alan Walker defeat an Akuma from the get-go, and basically the first episode just explains the basic plot and premise, which is, basically to defeat the Millennium Earl because he wants to destroy humankind in the world, or world domination, something like that. The Millennium Earl, he creates these Akuma. The way he does it is he takes any person who's in their deepest moment of despair after a tragedy has occurred, like someone died, and he manipulates this person into becoming an Akuma in order to, get back to a loved one, to a loved one who just passed. And what the exorcists have to do is defeat these Akuma. Going on to the second episode, Alan Walker, he's trying to get to the Black Order. The Black Order is basically the headquarters for exorcists. This episode might get a little confusing because it starts explaining stuff about innocence, and I know I had to rewind it. I couldn't tell you how many times we've wanted to hear all this stuff about innocence just to get it through my head to completely understand what it was. But to break it down for you, innocence are pieces of a god crystal used to fight against the Millennium Earl, and Alan Walker's hand is a weapon, an anti-Akuma weapon, and has a piece of innocence. And that's why he's able to, kill all these Akuma with his arm. And the job of the exorcists from the Black Order is to collect all these pieces of the God Crystal innocence that have been scattered all over the world, and collect them before the Millennium Earl does, and use them against Millennium Earl. It's like each piece of innocence corresponds to an exorcist. And I guess you just have to find which exorcist is right for that piece of innocence, something like that. Basically, innocence is good energy, and the Millennium Earl is black and bad, negative energies. That's the black and white of it. they have to collect these pieces of innocence before the world ends. You know? So then, in the next few episodes, you get a little more in-depth into the story. You know, maybe like the 6th or 7th episode, you see Alan Walker's past and stuff, how he became an exorcist. So it gets a little more interesting along the way, like any good anime. And as the series goes along, you meet new characters. One of the first ones introduced is this guy. I forgot his name. I thought he was actually a girl. Blue long hair. He's kind of stubborn, and he's not very friendly with Alan at first. So, like, I guess, like, he's someone Alan has to, like, win his respect, you know, for. And then you also get introduced to this girl who is friendly with Alan, and, you know, she and the rest of the Black Order, you know, welcome Alan to the Black Order. You know, it's his new home now and stuff. I'm actually curious to see this other kid. I haven't seen him yet, but he seems pretty cool. And then the plot gets deeper too. These other people, these guys are, I don't know if you can see them, but they're not Akuma, but they work for the Millennium Arrow, and I really don't know what they're all about. Haven't gotten to them yet. Like I said, I'm not very far in The Gray Man, but I'm liking it so far. But it hasn't really caught my attention, to my immediate attention, to the point where, like, I have to make this a priority to watch. Like, oh my god, I need to watch The Gray Man right now, the next episode, what happens next. I think the problem with that is that I haven't cared enough about these characters in order for me to care about what happens to them in the story. And that's actually the basic of any kind of storytelling, whether it's like any, like, writing or, you know, anime. If the reader or viewer doesn't care about the major characters and the minor characters, then they're not really going to care enough to see what happens to these characters to keep on reading or to keep on watching. But I think The Gray Man, as it goes on, I think it'll be pretty good. I'm going to keep on watching it. And after I watch these first 26 episodes, I'm going to go ahead and buy the next 26, and the next season. And actually, The Gray Man is a series of like 102 episodes, but only the first half of the series is licensed and dubbed by Funimation. Only the first 52 episodes, I believe. The other 50 episodes or so are completely left out in the dirt, in the dust. Funimation didn't pick it up, I guess because they didn't see enough profit in dubbing the second part of the series, because maybe like the first part wasn't generating enough money or sales, so they didn't see any kind of profit in dubbing or licensing the second part. And that's actually pretty sad. It's pretty upsetting, because, you know, I'm gonna buy the second season and then I won't be able to watch The Gray Man anymore. Like, I won't be able to watch the third or fourth season. It's not dubbed, it's not licensed, it's nowhere in physical form for me to buy. And that really, really sucks. It's pretty upsetting. I wish that it wasn't like that. So I encourage anyone, if you've seen The Gray Man, if you like The Gray Man, please go out and buy it. If you don't have it, purchase it. You know, support the series. Even so, it's very doubtful they will probably ever pick it up. And if you're looking to get into a series, see what it's all about, I just gave you first impressions. Go check it out. Go purchase it if you want. You know, this is the complete first season, 26 episodes. You get like the first 13 episodes on DVD to see if you want to check it out. But yeah, support The Gray Man. Hope this first impressions was informative enough. Any of you guys who have seen The Gray Man, let me know what you think, because it's been out for a while. So let me know your opinions of The Gray Man. I look forward to watching the rest of it this summer. This is the right arm. Fuck. Really? Really? Hello? What? You don't have the keys? Motherfucker. And then he hangs up on me. This is the right arm of Edward Elric saying, oh my god, where's my catchphrase book? I like power naps.